Let's go to the third article, shall we? So again, we're going back to the PDF that is free in the description. I'm not going to get bored of saying that at any point in time. But here it is. The full Article
I've
3.
always wanted to see this. It's
Yeah, me
happened like
too.
5 times since I left England,
Yeah,
and I've
yeah.
always wanted to see it. Like this, for want of
Snap.
a better expression, it's Bull S.
You might see it in your area as well, whereas I live in the south, so probably unlikely, but it's possible. But
Apparently, parts of Yorkshire you can see it. So especially in, like Peak District or whatever.
yeah, definitely. Well, you're quite
Lake District. I can never
close
remember
to
which one it is.
Scotland, and I know in Scotland they do have opportunity to see it. So,
I mean,
yeah.
where I live is not that close to Scotland, to be fair. Basically, if you take the entire UK, like main island,
Are you
and draw a
between
dot directly in the middle, I'm basically exactly in the center of the
Are you
country.
between Midlands and Northern then region?
Now we're classed as like the lowest part of the north,
Okay, there we go.
both in terms of class and geography.
Okay, there we go. Fair play.
Anyway,
So
sorry to.
no worries. This is from the PDF that you can get in the description, which has all the definitions for the whole article available, plus a word search. Lucky you. You can practice with those words. But we're only going to read the first 2 paragraphs, so please catch the rest of it in the PDF in the description,
PDF.
which the words will come out. I just noticed that I've made an error, which I'm going to
I
fix
always
before
do
giving it
that.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had my previous last week's article and I didn't delete the one letter at the start, but we're going to ignore that
Yeah.
and we're going to read this bit. Okay. So here we go. Over the weekend of March 8th to 9th, 2025, the United Kingdom experienced a remarkable convergence of meteorological and astronomical events. On Sunday, temperatures soared to 19.7 degrees Celsius in Crosby, Merseyside, marking the warmest day of the year so far. This unseasonably warm weather coincided with a rare opportunity to witness the Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, across parts of the country. The Met Office had forecasted potential aurora sightings, particularly in northern Scotland, due to a solar wind interacting with Earth's atmosphere. Clear skies over the weekend enhanced the visibility of this natural phenomenon. While the best views were anticipated in northern regions, there was also a possibility of observing the lights further south using long exposure photography. Oh, there's a trick to it, is there? That's a bit disappointing. I was hoping you
Yeah,
could
when you
just
see
see
these
it.
pictures, it's always like really long exposure photography. So, but it's cool. Looks cool.
Yeah, but still, I want to see it like directly
Yeah.
above me. I'm like,
One of my mates went to like Finland. When they go on these exhibitions. One of these. What do you call it?
adventures,
Excursion. Excursion is the word I'm looking.
excursion.
When they go on like a trip to like really northern Finland, see, and it's like when you actually see it, it's like, it's not as good as the pictures make it look. Like it's exactly what he said.
Oh, really?
It's like it's good, but
Oh,
it's like you expect it to be more because you've seen pictures of it like looking
yeah. Of
absolutely
course,
amazing.
it's like
Yeah,
they've edited it to make the colours stand out, I
yeah.
guess. But
So anyway,
okay,
but
well,
yeah, it's something
interesting
I've
topic.
always wanted to see.
Snap, me too, and to be disappointed by the sounds of it. So we got some.
I'm sure I'd enjoy it.
I got some very good words for this specific topic. I
Yeah, I
think.
was gonna say must be some good ones.
Let's fire through those quickly. The first one is convergence.
Yeah, if two things converge, they come together at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Convergence.
Convergence.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest with you, the thing is, the definition makes it sound way simpler than it probably is because we don't hear it in every situation where two things come together at the same time, do we?
Yeah, it's not usually physical things, is it? It's usually more abstract concepts that happen at the same time.
Yeah, or something rarely seen anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then alongside this topic is meteorological. Blimey, meteoro
Meteorological. It's hard.
meteorological.
Because I just want to get rid of the R, like
I want to get
meteorological.
rid of this. Oh, meteorological. Yeah,
Yeah,
meteorological.
anyway, that thing. Basically, it's related to weather and climate conditions. It's
Yeah,
like we
that's
get the
right.
Met Office in England, right, that deals with like weather forecasting and stuff,
I think that O is
which
a
stands
schwa.
for the
Meteorological.
meteorological logical thing.
Do you want to do it one
We
more
need a
time?
counter on the screen for every time one of us says it wrong.
Well, luckily I won't be saying it any more times. The next one is unseasonably, which I didn't even know was a word. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen it before. So
if you look at this word and you didn't know it, you'd look at the word unreasonably and then season, you'd be like, okay, I kind of can put those
I
two
understand what
concepts
it
together in my
means
head. Yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah,
this is a common combination you see,
the
the
un
li
something.
and un. So
Yeah,
these are just being attached to the. This is very, very
season.
common. You'll see
Yeah.
in a lot of words, but I've never seen this combination before. That's all. Yeah.
But basically, it's like unseasonable snow in August. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't expect it for that time of year. So it doesn't really match what the season expects. But then again, in England, we don't really have seasons as
We don't
such. We
expect
just got
anything.
random,
That's the thing.
yeah, random roulette weather every day, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly
what we
that.
got today? It's August. Well, we've got cloud and rain.
Yeah,
Lovely.
unseasonably. Next one is to coincide. Coincided,
Yeah, this is quite similar in concept to convergence, to be
but
honest. It's
common.
like,
Common, isn't it? This
yeah,
one.
like it's like to coincide, two things happen at the same time, basically. Like the doorbell ringing coincided with me getting in the shower.
Oh God, that would be an awful situation, wouldn't it?
I'm definitely not answering the door. Let's go away.
Yeah, but what if it's someone important? What do you do in that scenario? Do you have that awkward phase where you're trying to chuck on all your clothes really quickly?
If I'm expecting a delivery that I actually want to receive, like, yeah, maybe.
Or you just go
Like
out
if I'm
there,
getting a dartboard, you know,
yeah, you just go out in your birthday suit, right?
I'd love to do that in Japan and just be like, and what?
And what said that was the last thing he said to me, policeman. Next one is phenomenon. It's a quite a tricky one to say for a lot of students. Isn't it? Phenomenon. It's like a yeah, okay, BMBN. Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. But yeah, it's something that is remarkable in it, like proper amazing.
Well, it is, isn't it? I think the aurora borealis. I think most people want to see the northern lights, don't they? So it is a phenomenon. Rarely happens, but actually, it doesn't feel that rare when you see so many pictures of it, though. You know, in that
Yeah.
way. But I've never seen it, so I don't know what I'm talking
It's
about.
more common that you're going to see the word phenomenal, though, describing something that's amazing.
Phenomenal, yeah. Something
Like,
that's really
yeah,
good, yeah. Something,
especially in football, like that's a phenomenal strike.
yeah. Or even just sort of standalone word, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. You know,
Yeah,
that
it
you'll
is
say it as an
a bit
exclamation.
hyperbole in it, like, but it's quite good.
We do sometimes make it sound grander than maybe it
Oh,
means. So
we love
obviously,
exaggerating.
it's like a miracle, essentially, isn't it? Like something you don't
Yeah,
expect to see, but then it's overused in a sense, isn't it?
it's like I got I got two sausage rolls from Greg's for £1. Phenomenal.
That is very British, that is. And then exposure is the last one from this one.
So yeah, to expose something, it's like
It's like you
I'm
at the
trying to
door
think
with
of a
the
way. Yeah, I was gonna
mailman.
say I'm trying to get away from that image. But I think this is coming from the term long exposure, which is a kind of photography where the
Yeah.
lens is exposed to the light for a longer period of time. So exposed to allow something to be seen or to be uncovered for a period of time.
Spoken as a true person who must have taken photography in sixth form.
And I did.
Yeah, I guessed so. Yeah, yeah, because you used a photography reference immediately. So I was like, I know we
Yeah.
did. It is referenced in the article, isn't it? That side of things. I think long exposure photography. Yeah. So
I
maybe
took a really good picture in Osaka off the top of the what's that building called in Osaka? The forgot the name of it. There's a massive building in Osaka, and from the top of it, took a massive long exposure shot, about 30 minutes of the cityscape, and it looked amazing. Yeah,
what did,
that's my random
can you
story of the day.
explain the difference between short and long exposure? Just how long something is
Yeah,
exposed to light for?
yeah, it's how much, because usually when you take a picture, it opens the lens really quickly to just let a little bit of light through. But a long exposure opens that for longer. So you know when you see those pictures of like car lights and they're like a continuous line. And it's like that. So if you took a long exposure shot of a car driving, it'd be like blurry and you'd see it for a
Oh, I
longer
got you.
period of
So, like
time.
at night time when you can't get the right lighting, it takes a lot
Yeah, so if
longer
you
to.
took a long exposure photo of the sky, the stars would seem really bright because they've been allowed, that light has been allowed to travel into the camera.
Oh, that makes sense to me. Thank you very much. Actually, that A level you got has come in handy.
Well, sorry, A
Are you
level I
are you
almost
O
got.
level? Are you O level or A level?
Nah, still A level.
You're
Sorry,
not that
lads.
old. Almost got. Okay.
I did get an A level. I'm joking.
Yeah. And A level.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. Well, that's a good little extra bit of information. Let's read through one more time. Dan's going to go through this beautiful article now for us. See how much of that stuff that we just told you you understood. We're going to find out.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
So,
cool.
over the week. Over the weekend. of
Hey,
March
hey,
8th
hey,
to
hey,
9th
hey, 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 hey. Strike it from the record, sir.
I couldn't resist, mate. Sorry. All right, here we go. Over the weekend.
It sounds like someone from Yorkshire, actually. Hey, over the weekend.
Hey, over the weekend, lad. Right, okay. Whew. Over the weekend of March 8th to 9th, 2025, the United Kingdom experienced a remarkable convergence of meteorological and astronomical events. On Sunday, temperatures soared to 19.7 degrees in Crosby, Merseyside, marking the warmest day of the year so far. This unseasonably warm weather coincided with a rare opportunity to witness the Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, across parts of the country. The Met Office had forecasted potential aurora sightings, particularly in northern Scotland, due to a solar wind interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. Clear skies over the weekend enhanced the visibility of this natural phenomenon. While the best views were anticipated in northern regions, there was also a possibility of observing the lights further south using long exposure photography.
Wonderful stuff. Okay.
I just love the fact astronomical events. 19.7 degrees.
I mean, that was the astronomical event. I mean, it is warm for this time of year, to be fair. Like, I'm thinking about being here. And Merseyside, yeah?
Soared.
This is in Liverpool. Merseyside is in Liverpool, if you didn't know, which is very far north. So, I mean, here it's definitely not 19 degrees yet.
I think yesterday was quite warm, and I think it's like 13. So,
but it's still not warm, is it? So,
we're a bit unseasonably cold down here. We had snow like last week, so.
okay, yeah, we had snow as well, but just a tad.
Just a sprinkle.
Yeah, but I think that it is hot for England. Like, it's March, yeah, so it should be
3.
It shouldn't be over 10. So that is interesting. It is an
but I heard from a lot of
astronomical
my
event.
Students, living in England, it's been really warm like last week. So
That means everyone's at the beach. they're not even going to work.
Tennis.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit sick today, and everyone's at the beach for sure. That's the kind of thing that would
Your
happen.
boss is
in the
also
UK.
there. He's called in sick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't tell anyone. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think we kind of talked about it already, but it's kind of
Interesting.
an interesting thing that I think everyone is probably on most people's bucket lists.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting, and I'd love to see it. But I think I just get frustrated because I never had a chance when I lived in England, and since in the last 3 years it seems to have happened like 5 or 6 times. I've got mates posting pictures on Facebook like, "Oh, look at what I can see!" Like, cheers, mate. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
It's something. Yeah, exactly. I wonder why suddenly it feels like in the last 5
because
or
I
so
left,
years.
basically, I think that's why.
Oh, that's the reason. Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
thanks
They
for
all got
clearing.
together. We're like, "He's gone."
Thanks for
Quick,
clearing that up
get
for me. I
Aurora
was
Borealis
wondering.
booted up.
Yeah, all of those stars and the parts of the I don't even know what makes it happen. Maybe the air and the sun. They were having
It's
a
a
chat, and they were
solar
like, "Oh, Dan's
thing.
left Britain. Let's do it now.
Get it on.
Let's whop it
crack on."
out now, and then and then show it off to everyone." But yeah, it is a fascinating thing. I'd love to see it. I actually planned to go to Iceland at one point to go and see it, but yeah, I had a baby.
Things
So.
change. Yeah, that's how it goes down, innit?
These kids get in the way of everything.
Just another 20 years, mate, and then you can go. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of sunsets and stuff, though. Like, it sounds proper hippie thing to say, but in Japan we get some cracking sunsets.
Hippie thing to say. I don't think it's a hippie thing to say. I think that's the British in you coming out. I think we have like these stereotypes of this kind of thing. I just think it's what normal people think now. Since I've come out of England, to be honest with you, but it is. You would say that in the UK, I suppose. But yeah, I like it. New Year's sunset. Sunrise. I always go to see, and the sunset the day
Do you go
before.
up the mountain or whatever?
No, I'm not that I'm not.
Not that into it.
I'm not that much of a hippie. No, I'm not that. I'm not that into it. No, I'm not that. I'm quite lazy, but I do go to my window, and I do look. There's a lake near me, so I do walk for about, about an hour, and go there, and do see it in the morning. It's so
I
cold.
usually watch it across the
but
lake. Yeah.
it's beautiful though. It's amazing to when you get a good. And I was wondering about this situation whilst we were going through it, because I was thinking when I first moved to Japan, I always thought about going to see Mount Fuji. I still haven't done it, but one of the railways that I used to get on, one of the platforms, when it's really cold, the air's really clear and you can see Fuji amazingly well.
Wow.
Like it looks so grand and incredible, and I was like, I haven't been close enough to it to see it properly, but you can see such a good image of it, and it just made me think maybe the cold air probably does something to make it clearer and then allow for it to happen. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. Thank you very much for the great pronunciation, Stu. Great job. But I can imagine it must be something to do with that, I guess.
Yeah, probably some science involved there.
I'm a layman.
Every time last year when we went to Tokyo to Punk Spring, when we come about this time last year, we got a really clear view of it from the Shinkansen because it was quite cold. So makes sense.
Yeah. Actually, you can still. Oh, thanks a lot. At least everyone now knows I'm not lying. Thank you very much. You can actually see it from the lake as well, but it's just like a tiny thing, It's.
I can't see it from here. Too far.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but yeah,
I don't know. I'm surrounded by mountains, so I can't really see much or anything. But
well, you can definitely see mountains, I assume.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so you can see something. He's the liar, not me. You see, he was trying to claim he couldn't see anything. Okay, let's do the quiz. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here, I guess. Here is the quiz for this one. See how many of those words you learned, or can you even answer these questions? That's the big question. Here's the first one. The warm temperatures and strong winds to create perfect conditions for a powerful storm. So, what do you think the answer could be?
So we've got exposure, meteorological, convergence, and phenomenon.
That word. We'll just call it that word from now on. Okay?
It's like you shall not be named.
Yeah, exactly. The word that shall not be named. Okay, so we're going to give you 5 seconds and a wonderful song to go along with that. So you can choose your answer. Here we go. Twinkle,
twinkle, little star.
Don't forget the did at the end. Okay, so what's the answer, Dan?
Oh dear. Strong winds. Hang on, wait. The warm temperatures. Oh, you didn't put on the screen. Convergence. I rarely actually read the question.
You need to use the 5 seconds and stop admiring my beautiful songs.
Enjoying the song.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Convergence. Okay.
The warm temperatures and strong winds convergence to create perfect.
Should it be converge?
Converged, yeah. That's an error there. It should be converged, but that does give you a good idea of how the word can be changed, at least. Converge. Converge. The warm temperatures and strong winds converge to create perfect conditions for a powerful storm. Not convergence, but linked to that word anyway.
Okay, cool.
Let's go to the next one, where it'll hopefully be correct. Here we go. Dan, your turn to say it.
The scientists studied the rare natural in which the sky turned bright red due to volcanic ash.
Delightful.
What are the options?
The options are phenomenal. Oh, no. It's because you said it earlier. Phenomenon, coincided, unseasonably, and that word that will not be named. Okay, Dan, give us our tune for today.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, mate. All right, that's the end of that.
Yeah, apparently so. Today's tune for the 5 seconds for Dan was.
I copied your tune and I thought it was funny.
I know, and I was like, come on, I copyrighted that. You know I did. But Yeah, anyway.
90% of what I say on this podcast is just to pop you, I think, most of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, what's the option?
Phenomenon is the answer, not the option.
All right.
Do you want to
Right.
read it for me?
Just for you. The scientists studied the rare natural phenomenon in which the sky turned bright red even due to volcanic ash.
An absolutely beautiful sight if you get the chance to see it. I'm sure we all want to see it if you haven't already. But another great article we go over is this one about the global obesity rates that are rising. We go over all the tricky vocabulary in it as well, so make sure you check it out.